Celeste came onto the scene with almost universal acclaim. Critics and new fans alike praise it for its deep story, tight controls, and a difficulty curve that made you feel ready, yet cautiously optimistic for any challenge in front of you. Together with a mesmerizing soundtrack and a pixel art style that come together to paint almost a magical dreamscape that will stick with you long after you reach the summit. Join Madeline as she learns how to jump, dash, and climb her way to an express trip down to Granny's Chuckle Hut. Although it may seem daunting at first, remember, you're not alone. There are a few friends and familiar faces you'll meet along the way to help ease you into this journey. Once you take your first step onto the mountain, you'll soon learn that this is not your normal Mario-esque platformer, but a very precise yet forgiving system, with a story that only proves to complement the gameplay, coming together to show that the only thing standing in your way is you, as you inch ever closer to overcoming your own limitations, and a pending strawberry addiction. As with any difficult platformer, of course you'll have your fair share of deaths along the way, and although the game keeps track of all the times you die, the difference is whether or not you keep climbing, inching ever closer to your goal. Don't expect this game to be beaten in an evening. Please don't take that as a challenge. Well, unless you're into that sort of thing. With a generous checkpoint system that makes sure every single time you end up rage quitting, trying the same jump and wondering, why can't I just get this? It seems so easy. It seemed like something that anyone can do. I bet if I pass. But if it ever feels like Celeste is demanding too much of you, trust me, it will happen. Just take a deep breath and resume later without any worries. There's a large set of assist options that borderline on cheat codes with things along the lines of invincibility and unlimited dashing that I would highly recommend at least starting a new save file just to have some good old-fashioned wholesome fun. Don't worry, it's not cheating if you're only interested in the story. After all, that's part of the reason why it's there. And in all honesty, you might find a time when you are tempted to use it. Even though in my opinion, the difficulty that you and Magdalene face is part of the satisfaction of making it past each screen and eventually the summit. You'll see these strawberries all along your climb, but don't fret, these are simply for the completionists. Those who are looking for something a little more than just reaching the peak. But who knows, those might be your bragging rights just to show off one day. If you're up for the challenge, be sure to go off the beaten path and explore a little bit, see what's left to be uncovered. After all, discovery is part of the reason why we play games anyways. Be warned, some of the things you may find are for those who truly feel like they have mastered Celeste platforming, some of which demanding far too much for a simple playthrough. When gripping your controller tight enough to knock a few screws loose, be aware that invincibility mode doesn't lock you out of whatever you're trying to accomplish. But remember, this is your journey, and you should be able to tackle it any way you feel comfortable. So what are you waiting for? We all have our hills to climb, and Celeste Mountain awaits. That's it for now. I'm Burnt Dread, and remember, keep your mics on and your controllers charged.